welcome back, folks. I'm Bryce. This is Sean. This is Jim, and we are Fancy Tickles.
That was a little out of order.
39. God, you
I
always
just
fucking
Jim
do
off,
that.
dude.
I had a roll going. I had a thing I was trying to do, and you're like, "Hey, there's that thing." You're like my dad with dementia, and like
Don't be different.
no fucking tact. He's just like, "What? Hey, I'm right now. I have to bring this up. You're doing something different right there."
A little bit.
Any fucking like, God damn it. Anyway, we're here. Christmas episode
Now that
again.
he's done
Fucking
breaking my fucking face with his words.
fucker. Anyway, so back into another fucking week. This is awesome.
Yeah.
The world is still just as sucky as ever, and businesses are all starting to close down and stuff. But
Yeah.
like, my world, now that I'm willing to order things on Amazon and like be a part of the functioning new world. Your fucking hat looks dumb. I'm yelling at everybody this episode. You fucked my intro up. You fucking won't put the hat on. Like, you just let me just look at folks here.
Okay.
What do you think, folks?
And your
Much
hat's
better.
just fine.
What?
I didn't say a word. Calm down.
Just poking my face.
I was waiting for you to whip around so I could just
What's
poke
up?
in the glasses.
Hey, we were talking about business you're shutting down really quick.
That's hot, whatever that is,
Yeah.
dude. Folks, I don't know if
That was a
picked
nice
up.
car.
Yeah. Man, this is a distractor right
It
off the bat
is.
episode. I like it. I fucking like it. We'll live in this
I was pretty
chaos.
sad. Lance for Lanes.
Yeah.
It's not a for sure. It's
well,
not
no,
a for
so
sure.
I got a call yesterday that the extension was pushed out to January 4th for Washington. So, like, certain things are shut down still. But January 5th, they were talking about opening back up. So, I got a call yesterday saying they for sure are opening back up January 5th.
Do they know how big New Year's is for fucking bowling alleys?
Oh, now you and I both know that. So,
See, you know how drunk I've been at bowling alleys on New Year's?
well, it doesn't shut down orchards, so
yeah, but I don't want to fucking give
I
my
know
money
that
to
nobody
Idaho.
does, but
I
we
wanna
do
give
with
my money
everything
to
else we do in this
Washington.
It just
valley.
fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, there are
So-
plenty of.
It'll
I mean,
come
that
back.
was my first.
It'll come back. It has to because it can't be anything but a bowling alley.
Unless they tear down and put something
You know
else
how
there.
fucking much, how expensive that would be.
The
I'm not saying
valley,
they
so it's
want
going to
to.
be a fucking mattress store or a bank or storage units.
It'd probably be storage units.
It'll probably be storage
Big
units.
Actually,
enough spot
have
there.
you seen what they've been doing down in the port though? I don't know, Clarkson residents, people that like drive.
Are you
They
talking
built
about the big food thing?
the big food warehousing thing. That'll be jobs. They're building
Yeah.
right down the road again. Another something big. I don't even know what it is
I
yet.
don't know. That's
But,
a
like,
big building.
Well, I had a
though.
dream one time when I was in like high school or whatever that I was down in the port, but it was totally different. Sidewalks, businesses, gas stations, buildings, and there was tall buildings in my dream. And I thought, God, how fucking cool is if on that little peak of the river there, right next to the water, that downtown that became like the new downtown. Like, because everybody would hub there, you know, you'd be like
Yeah.
right on the water, more restaurants, more businesses that cater to like
Well, it would make
rent.
sense.
Like, think, how about a bike shop? Like, people don't think of that as a good spot, but think that would be a killer spot for people getting their bikes fixed on the path, or it's the place to ride your bike to. You
My
know what
thought
I
is
mean?
that down by the port would be in that area would be a perfect spot for a drive-in movie theater.
Yep.
Shit, yeah, that'd
That's
be
been
awesome.
my thought ever since we moved to the valley and I was down in that area. I was like, there's so much open space.
I think
down
there
here.
used to be a drive-in down there.
Well, there was a drive-in, so where the kindergarten is in Clarkson on Chestnut there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
down where the Lincoln Apartments are, that used to be a drive-in theater.
Yeah, down in that area. Yeah.
Because Dad used to climb out on his roof and watch the movies down there for free.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. Yeah, but yeah, it just seems like a cool place if, like, someday it does get into being sidewalks, see people walking around, even if it was more like thrift stores and, like, what if Goodwill decided to Washington up, you know, and that was the spot. Like, it could just be, like, you know, just, like, cool stuff, like a
Right.
whole section of town for cool stuff, and that would just drag people down there. Fun, get a pita pit back.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'd love to get a pita pit back. Is
I
that a
miss
chain?
Pita
That isn't a
Pit.
pit. That's a chain, ain't it?
I think so, yeah.
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 not
So it
just
could
a
come
local
back.
thing.
Does Moscow still? I think Moscow still has Pita Pit, don't they? 'Cause
Isn't it
Moscow-
called a pita something else, though?
Might have been.
Oh, boy. Everybody knows what that face is.
It's almost like he's like, hold on a minute, and then he's like,
It
no.
goes dead, like nothing moves. Ollie will do that
It's
too.
like a
I
little,
know what
like
he's
a mini
doing.
stroke. It's like,
Well, it almost looks like he's like, hold on a minute, I'm thinking,
And then he just
there's
freezes.
nothing there. There's nothing there.
it's all right.
Well, when Ollie decides that he's
Lag in the
instead of going
feed.
potty in the toilet, he wants to go potty in his diaper, and he's gonna poop. He just goes away from me and then turns and stares directly at me, because he knows eventually I'm gonna look at him and be like, dude, what are you doing? Stop. You gotta go potty on the toilet. And he'll just like, and his lip will be all stuck out. And then he's just like, kind of turning red. And I'm like, dude, why are we fighting right now? Like, can't you just turn 3 feet and walk to the bathroom? Like, my place is not big, but he'll go by that mirror right by the bathroom and just be like,
I can't
like,
I can't wait till I'm like fucking like 70, 80 years old.
And you get to do that
in a
to
nursing
somebody.
home, and I'm just like that nurse that I just don't like, and I'm just standing there at my door, and I'm like,
just a shit. Are you pooping?
Sean,
for
what are
reals
you
right now?
doing? What are you doing? Just fucking shit, and then sit down.
Get
So
like
it just-
comfy.
So it just spreads.
Like, yeah, just sit down all comfy, like you're like mushing down in, the cushion. Hell yeah. Fucking, dude.
Anyway, you had a point. You were talking about something.
Oh, I don't care. I want to talk about being in a nursing home someday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a life goal for me, honestly.
well, yeah, if it's not bad, and like maybe your family visits you, or you still have your brain, like you still have your thoughts and your wit, and like so
Little
you
bit
could
of
have
it.
your books and all that. So that
Yeah.
but I don't care if I'm like in a wheelchair. If I could like go to my books and appreciate it as much then
Yeah.
as I do today, something like that would be cool. But then so there's like 3 societies that exist in America in this sense. There's ours, there's the prison system, and then there's the nursing home communities, because you become a member of those places and don't leave very often.
Yeah.
So that's their world. Like what's going on in 5A down there is like what we think of when we like, oh, what's going on in Soton, or what, that kind of thing. Like, so that would just be crazy, like to that become your life, because it'd be like prison, but you're not really in trouble, but you can't leave.
That was a problem I had with Dad getting used to that situation. I was like, because there were just points where he just got like super depressed and he wouldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't, like he quit going to physical therapy. He didn't want to go to his doctor's appointments. He just like, I don't want to go. I'm not going to do that today. I don't feel like taking a shower today or something like that, along those lines. And I just got to a point where I was like, Dad, like you have to think about, like you still have a world, but your world just got a whole lot smaller.
Yeah, well,
that's
if you have
all it
internet
is.
access and you have those kind of things, and
Well,
can
and he was
think
had
to do
TV,
it,
so he was always the guy like sitting there watching TV. He'd always have like the old school westerns on, or like watching Bonanza or Gunsmoke or something like that, or be on the Game Show Network.
Sure.
We could always, those things. And then it got to a point where I was just like, you have to be able to get out of this room. Like this room, by staying in this room, you've just shrunk your whole world down a lot smaller than it already is.
Yeah.
Like
See,
you
I
can
would be
get up
thinking-
and like if you can have them put you in a wheelchair, you don't have to just sit here in your
Yeah,
wheelchair.
you go wheel around.
You can
Go
wheel
check
around. You
shit
can
out.
have them take you downstairs to the next floor down and go bug the other nurses that you used to be
Yeah.
with. You're not a flight risk. They're not gonna, you're
Right.
in a freaking wheelchair. You're not gonna get far in a wheelchair.
Right.
And even if you do attempt to get out, the alarms are gonna go off. So it's not like they're not gonna know you're trying to escape,
Right.
quote unquote. So I mean, I was like, you just have to like when you used to go across to Wassums and bug the staff there. Think of going down to the nurses' station and bug the piss out of them. Flip them a handful of shit.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's okay. So my
Definitely wasn't trying to bring this scene down.
I know. I was talking
Bryce was
about
like-
fun, and
Like, I just
literally
want to be
felt-
able to go like
I
do
felt
this and
the
read my
glow
books.
come out of my
old
fucking.
people are just in prison. No,
Well, then you guys like got just super quiet. And I was like, "Well, 'cause
Sorry, dude. It went a whole. I'm like,
for anybody that doesn't know, my
I
dad
just had a
passed away
story-
at the beginning
yeah,
of the
no,
year.
I get
no,
that.
well, no, that's not. I mean, I'm not trying. Like you guys know this, but for those that out there don't know, my dad passed away at the beginning of January, right after Christmas, like 10 days into this year. And in all honesty, I miss the old bastard, but I'm glad that he's not around for this bullshit that's going on right now. But I can still think of those things as it was memories with him one way or another. It was time that I got to spend with them that I didn't this year. So I mean, those things, even there were moments where I was just like, I hate just coming up here and sitting with you and not saying a word, not talking, and just all we do is sit here and watch TV. And he said one day, he goes, but even that means more to me than anything else right now because not many people come see me. So even you just coming into the room to sit with me in silence and watch whatever I happen to watch is fantastic. So, I mean, but again, not to bring the mood down. That wasn't where I was going.
We're good, dude.
That wasn't where I was
I mean,
going.
I had a story about like future Amazon sending me go-kart parts, and then I'm gonna come out of my room in a go-kart and go around. But like,
Hey, no, that
I'm
can still happen.
glad I'm glad we went that route.
That can still happen. I'm sure he would have done some shit like that if he
what's
could.
fun
Then too.
is that we have like a total of like 15 people that listen to it anyway, so we can make it what we want, like while we're doing it or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And so like it's kind of like it's like group therapy, but you have an audience,
Yeah.
right? So like almost like
Alcoholics Anonymous, but none of us really drink. We're
we're
just telling our
telling
shitty
our
side
story,
of-
the shitty story, and people are like, "What's happening right now?" Like, Jim's always like, "It's probably when Bryce said cunt or something that they fucking switched the channel." I'm like, I don't think that's when that happened on that episode. I think it's when sad shit happened during COVID. No, it is no, it's the same time of year. I think now, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, go karts, dude. So.
We got about a month before it would have happened, so we've got time.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually still got to spend Christmas with him last year, so that was good. The year before that, though, the bastard spent the entire Christmas day at his girlfriend's house, and I didn't hear from him at all till I called him at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and he goes, "Hey, Dad, Merry Christmas." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, Merry Christmas." I was like, am I going to see you at all today or maybe this week? I'm just curious.
He's getting a poonie tag.
Well, and
Yeah, I
then
was just gonna say,
earlier that year, he completely forgot it was my birthday. Like, and there was no, like, mental loss at all at that point.
She was just sucking his brain right out his pee-pee.
Well, there's that story. I think I told you this, but I don't know if I told you this. That he was supposed to go to my niece's birthday party, and he'd just gotten out of the trailer that he was in, and he went up to Life Care to get his health and everything back in check. Mm-hmm. And so he had like a day pass to get out for my niece's birthday party. Beth works up there at the Life Care where he was at. And so he was like, I'm going to get a ride from Hope. I'm going to go spend the afternoon with them, and then I'll come to the birthday party, and then you guys can bring me back up here. We're like, okay, that sounds like a plan. So my stepmom picks me up. No dad. Call him right when we get there. Hey, no answer. Call him halfway through the party. No answer. Call him after the party. No answer. And I leave a voicemail. I go, hey, if you don't get back there in time, they're not going to let you stay the rest of your visit. Like, that's just how the rules work. And he finally called me back and he goes, I was busy. And I go, busy with what? You just missed your niece's, your granddaughter's birthday party and stuff like that. And he goes, I was getting laid. And I was like, excuse me, come again? And he's like, I was getting laid. And I hung the phone up on him. I was mad. I was pissed. I was pissed in that moment. I was pissed. I was like, you literally blew off your granddaughter's birthday party. And I think I've been saying niece the whole time, but it was his granddaughter because it was Bry's daughter. And I go, you blew off her birthday party so you could get a piece of ass.
Yeah, when you're that old, dude.
Well,
yeah,
and I get it now.
You don't pass.
I get it now.
Yeah, think of this. Here's the best way to put it in perspective. How many grandkids does he got?
Well, of blood,
Just fucking number.
12, 13,
Right.
in there.
So 13 times every year he has the potential to go to and or miss a birthday. Probably not more than once or twice every once or twice years. When you get in that age, you get some poon. You know? Especially if you're stuck
like I
in a
said, I
nursing
can
home.
laugh
Like,
about it now.
Dude.
I can laugh about it
I
now,
skip
but I
that
was
shit every time.
legitimately
Yeah.
pissed in the moment.
Like, you gotta have a grandpa you don't like. At least you get laid.
Oh, they have that one already. That's Bry's dad they don't like.
Aww.
Oh, that's,
Gotta like
It's
grandpa.
It's life.
That's not true at all. But I like my grandpas.
But I didn't have,
I didn't have
actually
any
meet,
weird family that I didn't like.
I didn't meet my grandpas really. Like when I was born, my mom's dad passed away, like right after I was born. And then
Killed him.
Well, probably.
I'm just kidding.
And then my grandma got remarried again, and that was the only grandpa that I really knew, Grandpa Paul. And he was the one that would do like the matchstick shit. He did like matchstick art. So he would literally like, he would take matchbooks, and he would fold the book up, glue them, and then take matchsticks, glue them all on there, take all the red off of it, and then he'd kind of do like a torch light to it, to where it kind of burned it. And then he would literally make like a birdhouse, and then he'd lacquer it, make it all shiny. and
No,
shit.
what?
And he would sell the shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
He did fucking like 18 wheelers. So he
What?
would take like the push pops,
Yeah.
the Flintstones one and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He would take them once you got done because you need to buy a box of them, like
Oh, are you
3 or 4
talking
boxes.
Would he use like the little plastic thing
yep,
for wheels?
for the wheels, and then he would like take
I'm liking
the
this.
matchstick
pretty
still,
cool.
and you would like glue them to the wheel,
Yeah.
and then saw around the edge with a little hacksaw and shit. Get them all right, sand it down, burn it up, lacquer it up,
See, that's the shit I'm looking forward to, like being old and a nurse.
having like little hobbies and shit.
Making. I mean, I've got my hobbies now, but I mean, like, just like those little things. You
Yeah.
like,
Well, and fuck,
Grandpa,
dude, in
we
the
came
future,
to visit you.
Well, in the future, I'm busy with my birdhouse. Well, in the future, there's going to be more like we don't see it happening because it's not an issue that we think about, but like there'll be more human rights violations and more laws passed to what people in a nursing home can and can't do. So you'll get to
Oh.
where you have an address. You can get mail, you can get packages, you can get, and maybe they already can do that.
Yeah, you can still get mail
yeah.
up there.
I just wouldn't know how that works. So
Well, it
I-
would basically just be like to whoever care of.
Oh, see,
the
I want
nursing
my Amazon to
facility.
come right to my
Do they
door
screen your
because
shit, though? I wonder.
that's what I mean. Yeah, like
well,
I'd be ordering all
nowadays
kinds
they
of shit.
probably do because of just the shit that's going on in the world. But I don't know if they do like anything else. And also a lot of time too, like if say you want something ordered for you, most of the time you can probably have one of the staff members there order it for you too. Or
I don't
whatever.
trust him.
Like if you're not just ordering like. If you're not ordering like porn and shit like that, then it's different. But
What would be wrong with porn? They're adults.
nothing. I
It's
get that.
your
But what I'm
porn.
saying is, then it's like that way you don't have to be embarrassed by somebody else ordering it.
Oh,
for you.
I got you.
Like
If
a
you're trying to
full
have them order.
animatronic
Yeah, but
sex doll.
so,
Like
I
if
wanna
you're not
be in-
trying to get that latex booty you were looking up the other day.
dude,
I want one of
I'm
those.
just telling you, dude. The ones I saw on there. This guy's the one that fucking gave me the idea.
Full-formed.
Yeah, it's a whole butt with like a little poon hanging out, little
Yeah.
butthole and stuff, and like
You
I
just put a blanket
Yeah.
over it.
I just typed
so it makes
fleshlight.
it look easy. Yeah, or not.
The best thing
Yeah,
ever,
no, I get what
That
you're
makes
throwing
it-
down.
I don't
Yeah,
give a
it
fuck.
was just right
Whatever.
there.
Go once you get done here. Since Haley's gonna be in bed, go in and look up Dave.
Oh, he's got.
Dave on FX. He's got it's like a full
It's like the
lower
ones on there,
half.
but full size.
So
like
it's
a
got
real-
legs and everything.
Yeah.
The first
Okay,
scene that
no.
you see in the show, or in one of
Well,
the
and-
episodes, he comes in, grabs he's looking around, looking to see like his roommates, his girlfriend's not there. Goes into his closet, throws a pile of dirty clothes out of the way, grabs the legs up, throws it over his shoulder, throws it on the bed. He's got a stick in his room that he takes toilet paper and wraps around the stick,
Yeah, dude.
wraps around the stick, takes his heater, puts it up on the side of the bed to heat the whole fucking ass end up.
Yeah, he's
Goes inside and he starts plowing it. Does his deed.
not even that. It was
Oh
like,
yeah, it doesn't.
Oh,
It's a quick one. Finishes, grabs the stick, cleans it,
Ew, dude.
but just with a stick, like
cleans
like,
it.
You know, they make spray. It's called a toy spray now.
Yeah.
So you can...
Oh, sure. I just his didn't have the tube that goes all the way. So here's the other thing I noticed when
Yeah.
I was I was just casually looking through every picture available on Amazon.
Wow, you get
And it
hooked.
ha-
Watch it though, because now on your Amazon, thing,
That's all this. I don't give a
when
shit.
you
It's
scroll
my
through,
Amazon.
it's all like fucking pocket asses and
Yeah,
everything you've looked
but
at.
the thing that creeps me out about it, other than it would be hilarious to have that just sitting somewhere, you know, like somebody be like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, it's just such
It's
a,
just a decoration.
it's a decoration. It's art. But they're only like the dimensions. It's only like 9 inches wide. So you get
Some
into
of
the
'em,
weird.
yeah, some
like
of
you could
'em.
spend like a bunches of money on ones that are
And
like
get
a
the
regular
full
adult size
size.
thing. But I
Yeah.
didn't like the idea that there's people out there buying those ones specifically. Probably,
yeah.
yeah. I was like, "Ugh, that's a creepy feeling.
Yeah.
So in other words, it just looks like you have like a seat
just like
to
a-
sit on.
No,
but
it's just that it's like kid size.
looks like a
You know what I
toddler
mean? It's
butt.
really
Yeah,
bad. It's
gotcha.
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in that sense. It's like
Now I have gone even further and looked into the full size,
the whole doll.
the whole
Those
doll.
are like $4,000, dude.
They are, but if you had just an extra $4,000 sitting around, Bryce, would you?
No, and here's the pig in me. And ladies that are listening, go ahead and put earmuffs on right now.
If you had it,
If I had an extra $4,000 for something like a fuck doll, probably not hurting for girls being around me.
that's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
If my fuck doll budget is $4,000, imagine what my dinner budget is. Imagine what my vacation, my car, my
true.
house budget is. If my fuck doll budget is four
$4,000.
with 3 fucking zeros after it.
Hey,
dude.
how much did you get for that bonus?
Dude, I'd be fucking.
That's why I said. That's what I was getting at.
Oh, I was gonna say I'd be like tapped, dude. I'd be like, somebody be like, "Hey man, can I borrow $20?" Be like, "No man, I don't think I'm gonna make it to work today. I'm tired. Just been fucking this doll all week." No, yeah, no.
I was actually watching a video one time. It was showing like, because I looked those up, and then, of course, out of curiosity, you're like, okay, Google, man, fucks, life size fuck doll.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm like watching this, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of weird because it's like a dude just banging out a corpse. That's what it looks like.
It's probably what it was.
And he's like, you hear him like midway, he's like, shit! And he like pans down on the camera and he like fucking like split her leg. And I'm like, oh shit, dude, you just spent $4,000 and broke this motherfucker.
I thought here's what I thought you were gonna get at, dude. That he's like really into his life with his fuck doll, right? And so he gives it this personality.
Some people
and he's
do.
like fucking away, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to put a condom on," or something. You know, like,
I'm sorry, honey.
Oh, I forgot to pull out, baby. I'm so sorry. And he's
There's-
just acting like he's being scolded by a woman,
Yeah.
just like super creepy.
So you know how Naughty or Nice will put like the videos out of like the people walking in and stealing shit? So there was actually, it wasn't Naughty or Nice or anything like that, but there was one that somebody posted online that somebody sent me, and it was, this guy goes into a porn shop and they've got one of those asses set up right on display.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so he like
no.
asks him if they'll go in the back and check for this, like he needs a certain one, and they're like, well, I don't think we have any out here, but maybe we have it in the back. And he goes, can you guys go check for it? And as soon as they like hit past that curtain,
Oh yeah.
he like fucks it, pulls it out, and he's like trying to see how it is, and then like he
Wait,
hears
wait,
them,
wait.
He's trying to fuck
fucks
the
it
display.
in the store.
Oh,
but
what
then
the
he
fuck?
hears them come out. Like he hears them coming, so like he starts to freak and he can't get out of it right away. So he drags it off the shelf, and then it finally fucking falls off, and he runs out the store.
That's so fucking awesome. Because, dude, sometimes, like, in life, like, you wake up, some days, not all the time, but where you're just like, you know, I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm not, you know, you want to be more successful, you want to have more money, bigger house, whatever, or you just want to feel more comfortable, or whatever. And then I think of guys like that, who are going into sex stores to fuck sex dolls and get caught and run away. That is not a worry in my life. Like, I've realized that I pay my bills, I do my thing, you know, I'm like a pretty good person, and I'm not. Like, you get caught fucking sex dolls down here, I just don't have the greatest job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a big gap between, like, you know, like some
I could have made some lot worse decisions
some
in my
poor
life.
weird people make other poor weird people look
Yeah.
bad. I guess is what
my
I'm
favorite
saying.
my favorite thing about those like videos and pictures they show online and stuff is, I think it was a while back ago, the guy that went into the one downtown, Naughty or Nice, and they were like, this gentleman yesterday stole, and it was like, what was it, an 8-inch double-sided
Hot pink dildo or
hot
something.
pink dildo, and then it was like, yes, a 8-inch, and it said it again, and then it showed a bigger picture of the guy's face.
Well, good on him, dude.
Oh,
That's the
fuck.
perfect business not to rob that has fucking like cameras. You know,
Yeah.
like it's one
Oh.
thing. Like
Yeah.
in some circles, it would be considered OG to rob a liquor store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'd be like, "Oh, there he is on camera, all dustered out and robbing a liquor store and grabbing a couple bottles." You get caught stealing dildos as a man from the dildo store.
There.
You know what I mean? It's like the old
Yeah.
joke. It's like the old joke. The guy's talking to his grandson, and I'm gonna fuck this up. Maybe one of you guys could help me out. But he's like, "You see that bridge there, grandson?" He's like, "I helped build that bridge." He's like, "But they don't call me Lionel the bridge builder." And he's like, "See that fence over there? I built all that fence. But you don't hear him calling me Lionel the fence builder. See that giant building over there? I helped build that. But they don't call me Lionel the building builder. But you fuck one sheep." That's a joke, but yeah.
Or it's like
And that's
that.
kind of it. You're that
Yeah.
guy forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you just totally made it so you're not going to get promoted at work.
Yeah,
Like, you are stuck working at Jack in the Box forever. Not that that's bad. I mean, shout out to those people that make my Jumbo Jacks. But, yeah, you know what I mean?
That's
You're
kind of
not-
like the one where the guy's like, I get, my cousin's a pig farmer down in Arkansas or whatever, right? And so he's got like these he's got a whole just grouping of these virgin
A
pigs
farm.
down there.
Oh.
Yeah. It's virgin pigs down there, right?
Virgin.
Virgin
pigs.
pigs, right?
Them's the
And so
best.
he's planning on studding them out and everything like that. And he wants to, sell them and whatnot.
He wants to make more pigs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make money off them. And so he's got the whole thing down there, and he's just got him in like a little 4-foot pen or whatever. And coyotes keep jumping in and eating them. Picks one off. God damn it. So he like builds a fence 2 more feet high. He's got a 6-foot fence now around these things. Sure as shit. Week later, another one gets picked off and gets eaten. Adds another 4 more feet on the fence. Now he's got a 10-foot fence. But then he puts that sharp, it's all on a wire.
Barbed wire?
Dirty pig fucker.
Barbed wire?
Barbed wire.
You just wait for that guy to like trigger what it is. You motherfucker, I knew it was you. Hey, virgins no more, you son of a bitch.
Mm-mm.
Or why
That
they
reminds
invented
me what-
501 jeans?
Why?
Because the sheep kept hearing the zipper.
That's bad, dude. That's funny because, like, up at Stoughton Creek, there used to be, I don't know if it's still there, but there used to be a pretty big pig farm up about, like, halfway. And my dad and me would be going on drives, go shooting out that way or whatever. And every time he's like, say hi to your girlfriends. Like, I can remember that. And I tried doing it to Aubrey, but it's not as funny. Like,
To your boyfriends?
yeah, I was like, I say hi to your boyfriend. She's like, all boys are pigs. And I was like, God damn it. She just fucking got me, dude.
Bam!
Bam.
Fuck you, Dad.
Fuck you, Dad.
I'm gonna be a stripper now.
You didn't give me the right attention. Oh, God. What about Christmas stuff, y'all?
Well, so we touched a little bit on like our favorite Christmas movies last time.
Yeah.
But what are your favorite like non-traditional Christmas movies? So like
Hey, wasn't Independence Day based around Christmas time?
False.
Fourth of
false.
July.
Oh, God.
4th of
So-
December, the
Yeah,
aliens
so
attack.
before we started filming, I might have smoked a little weed today. And I was like...
I asked that question. I was like, so like Die Hard, Gremlins, stuff like that.
And then with a fucking flat face, I'm just like,
Yep.
wasn't Independence Day around, like, Christmas? And and my brain was already fighting something going on. Like, it could tell something dumb just happened, but it didn't know if it was me or somebody else. And then Jim's like, is 4th of July? Like,
Look, it wasn't even that. Like I said no, and then it tricked in my head. Like, are you fucking stupid? Independent. That's the 4th of July. You dipshit.
I'll be honest. I was like, I think so.
Well, I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I always picture Randy Quaid with a Santa hat on. Like, he's always Cousin Eddie in some fashion, no matter what
He was
movie
kind of
he's in.
Cousin Eddie in that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he definitely
He
was.
was just a crop duster pilot.
That
That
swore
had
up
no
and down.
crops.
Well, that
Yeah.
swore up and down he was abducted before.
Yeah.
And he ends up he was.
Up yours.
Oh yeah, he just
I love
fucking
that
took
scene.
it to him.
Yeah.
Didn't they just remake the movie, like almost verbatim, and then it's just like a different kind of thing that flies into
So
the
they-
spaceship?
So they came
Like
back.
It was not very good.
So they came
It was
back,
so
but it
not
was
good. I
supposed to
never
be-
watched it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
came back, and instead of being Will Smith, it was like the kid that played Will Smith's son in the movie was the
Alright.
pilot. But then it's him and one of the Hemsworth boys, I think, are like the co-pilots that fly the alien ship into
Yeah.
and try to like take it out from inside the mothership.
And they do, and they save the day again. You'd think them fucking aliens would quit putting bright, shiny portal holes at the bottom of all their spaceships. Every fucking movie, it's like,
Yeah.
aim for the shiny vortex thing! And then they shoot that, and, you know what I mean? Death Star, and fucking...
There's a 12-foot hole you got to get it
Yeah.
right in
Yeah.
there.
Right in
Yep.
there. It's like, if that thing was
We
a
just
Death
didn't-
Star, 12 feet would be no reference. Like, this is before GPS. This is before,
Yeah.
like, you know, like, to be used
We
in
just
a
didn't
script
put any
about...
armor right there.
Right? Yeah.
That's where our budget was
You
like.
know,
Nope.
they didn't even put a shade that was armor over it.
Nope.
Like, you know,
And behind that is the public restroom for the whole
people
ship.
that live in motorhomes still pull that weird little roll-out canvas thing
Yeah.
out for their $10 barbecue. They didn't cover that little section on what would be trillions of dollars to build a Death Star.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. Sorry, George Lucas. Take your fucking script back. Try again.
I think, okay, so around here, our go-to Christmas movie is Step Brothers.
Only
mean,
like a little part
There's
of
only
it, but
one
yeah,
section, you know, they're having dinner after the divorce, you know, and then Finn taking, I don't want my I think I'm gonna throw up. God, I fucking love that.
Oh shit.
But yeah, that's our Christmas movie. That and Elf.
Yeah.
I mean,
shit,
that
yeah.
Elf is a Christmas
It is,
movie,
yeah.
but yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like Gremlins, it's he gets the Mugwai for Christmas.
Yeah.
Die Hard, he makes the trip on Christmas to go see his
Yeah,
wife.
yeah.
I mean, other than that, the movie has nothing to do with Christmas.
That's
at all.
what is it Air Force? What's the one with Nicolas Cage? Air Force One?
Con Air.
Con Air. Is
It's
because he
not
has a
Christmas.
present for his kid.
It's her birthday.
Birthday.
Oh, I was
It's their
trying to think of
birthday.
that, and
Ooh,
then
that's a good movie. I
fucking
haven't seen
A,
that in a
dude. That
long
I watched
time.
that a couple
so
days a
creepy.
little
Put
while
the
ago.
bunny back in the box. I
I'm
love
gonna
that.
kill you.
I watched The Rock the other day too.
Oh,
With Sean Connery?
Yep.
Right on.
That's a
I don't even remember the plot of that movie
The Rock.
at all. No.
Ed Harris is like a military guy, and his platoon, they got no severance pay or anything for the shit that went down, and so they hijack Alcatraz while it's got the middle of a tour going on, and they bring in the chemical missiles that they're gonna fire at San Francisco, and Sean Connery was the only guy to ever break out of Alcatraz, and so now he's got to get them back in.
Which is weird because if this is in movie lore, you're totally forgetting about Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
First and best. But the best jail breakout movie, everybody knows it.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank
Yeah,
Redemption. Fucking pokes the poster. It's like, fuck you, dude. You went from getting railed in a mechanic's bay to fucking on a beach.
The thing that screwed me off with that movie was that it was actually a Stephen King book, wasn't it?
I don't believe so.
I
thought it
don't
was.
know.
I wouldn't just. The only reason I'm saying no is I buy books all the time and have a pretty extensive Stephen King collection. I've never seen it. That doesn't mean at all that that's not what
No.
it is. I'm just thinking like The Green Mile is getting
Well, yeah, that's definitely.
getting caught up in your brain about prison escape,
Yeah.
happy ending movies.
That's not even really a happy
I
ending
lost
movie.
it. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Um,
Did you get contact high again? It was Wi-Fi.
yeah, thanks. Thanks.
You're welcome.
We were filming a little something
Oh, you'll see.
at Bryce's place, and there was it's a small space. So Sean got very mellow on accident.
Nah. It was just incense that smelled like that anyway, dude. I was just seeing if you're gonna have like
Oh,
what
if
do
I
you-
was just gonna fake it.
Is
Yeah.
that why it took me
Yeah.
4 hours to edit that whole thing down?
Probably. Actually, now that I think about it. Well, I knew I'd never get my 1,000 viewers, hint, hint, at people listening. But spread the word, message, like, subscribe, that thing. I don't know how to do that. That seems so fake. Be like and subscribe. If you click and comment, you might win a... Which we're going to do later, but, like,
Yeah.
I won't do it like that. Anyhow,
We still need to get those numbers up.
yeah.
Come on, guys.
I want to get him high. High. So high.
So Christmas movies. Bryce, you got a little early Christmas present.
Which one?
Your little.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
1976 KD 100 motorcycle. No
It's
lights or
pretty sweet.
nothing. It's going to be sweet.
It's
I
pretty
got
sweet.
my vintage fuel line today
Nice.
and all the grommets from my work, so it's just going in and out of the case all purty.
Nice.
Everything's getting all shined up. I kind of start feeling like I've never done meth, but when people make fun of meth heads for like cleaning stuff, so like that case, it's
And the
aluminum, so
fact
I'm
that
in there
it's
like
in your bedroom.
yeah,
too.
and I'm just in there like brushing away at this fucking thing, trying to make it shiny and clean it, and I'm like, you know what, I need to go do some stoner thing because this is making me feel very methy right
Well,
now.
like as I'm sitting there editing, he comes out with like he's got like sandpaper and a piece of it, and he's like, kind of like what you're doing there, and then he kind of goes off like this, and then disappears in the bedroom. And I'm like, what do you think about this? And he's like, hold on a second. And he comes back out, and he's nothing's in his hand, and he sits down.
Hang on, I'm baiting.
And he kind of just mellows out for a minute, and then he like zones off into the TV, whatever's on the TV.
Obviously,
like,
whatever you're doing was not
Yeah.
entertaining me.
Not enough.
And I got the little,
Oh, yeah.
got the little Geo.
Explain it.
super
Explain
psyched
this
about
hot,
it.
sexy beast.
Yeah, my grandpa had it for years, and he decided he was going to get a new car, so he was going to sell it, but he legitimately was like, hey, I don't want to have to go and buy a for sale sign.
Right.
And then dicker with people on a price, and I know you guys like it, so if you want it, you can have it. So, like, little 92 Geo.
Yours has got the
Super
hard
low
top.
miles, hard top that comes off. Super, super clean little thing. It's going to
Dude,
be
I was going to tag you in
way
something
fun.
in, like, Grangeville or, like, Weehype or some hickey woods town. There
One
was
that's all 4-wheel drive that's for sale.
Yeah, but it was like all beat up, and they wanted like $5,000 for it,
Yeah,
dude. And
I
I
saw
thought,
that.
and then I looked it up, dude. Those are like a little cult following thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize
So like,
it.
yeah, dude, no, like
Yeah.
when he said something about selling it for like $800, and then it was a pain in the ass, and like I was like, those got to be worth more than that. Those are too cool. They're too unique.
Yeah.
I looked it up, dude. It's hard to find
You
like
don't
that.
see 'em.
No, not like that. Where like there's not an inch of rust in it. There's nothing. It looks like it just like rolled off the little Chevy dealership. I like saying Chevy because everybody's like, it's a Geo. I'm like, it's fucking Chevy.
It's a Chevy.
And then they're like, huh? And then you go to the little globe,
Mhm.
and in the very center of the little globe's a nice little Chevy symbol there.
Which today, because you know, you saw somebody had like spray painted it at
Yeah.
some point. I took and like masked off the whole thing with tape, except for the Chevy emblem, and I took steel wool.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so just the Chevy emblem's like shiny now, and the rest of
Fucking
it's
A.
all black.
Hell
I'm just
yeah.
like, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I thought about putting. You can't see it, but I have this diamond plate Chevy emblem.
Put the
I thought
bacon
about
on it.
putting that right on the grill.
Yeah, I don't know why. I know. Is it? I always wondered, like, so you want, like, they wanted to make the money off of making a Geo, but they didn't
It's
want
like they
people
were
to.
ashamed.
That's what I was getting at. Like, this is just
Yeah.
too little to be cool, you know? Like, they didn't want it. Like, because imagine their sales spreads when they send those catalogs to the fucking dealers, and it's got, like, the 1500, the 2500, the 3500, the Malibu, the Camaro, the this, the, you know, and then it's like, and the new Geo Tracker. Like, and they're like, we don't want the go-kart. We don't want the go-kart in with the badass stuff,
Yeah.
and we have no way to, like, give it its own
It's just
page.
on. It's like a comic book, but it's like
Yeah.
on the back page, like so you're
Well,
not
and what
really
I don't
gonna
understand
see
is
it.
they haven't replicated that. Like, with all this,
No.
like, all the hippies and granolas that buy stuff, they're all little cars. Like, there's
Yeah.
the Veos, and there's the fucking smart cars, and the whatever, the Priuses and shit, but there's not, like, a real badass little thing like that. And yours is two-wheel drive, but it's still, like, you could go bouncing around if you wanted to.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I was looking up like rim size and everything that it has, and it's like I can actually put a decent set of like knobby mud tires on it.
yeah, but
like
little.
but like they're smaller,
Yeah, yeah.
so not like huge or anything. Because like you were saying, bigger tires makes the little motor work harder. But so I'm
Just something
psyched
with some
about it.
gription on them.
Yeah,
And it gives them a cool look.
yeah. It'll
Fuck
it'll
yeah.
it'll kind of raise it up a little
And it
bit
is
more.
Lewiston,
and-
Idaho. You know what I mean? You got to have
Yeah.
a little
yeah.
Little redneck to it.
rattle neck.
Exactly. I found when I was out thrift store shopping today. Besides the other stuff, I found it's the Flash, and it's like it's made out of plastic, but it looks like aluminum, and it looks like he's running,
Yeah.
and it's magnetized. And I was like, sweet hood emblem.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
But I was
That'd be
like,
sweet.
But it'll disappear so fast.
That's
somebody's gonna
true.
But
That's true.
so now it's on the refrigerator. So now Haley opens the refrigerator 50,000 times because she's like, look, it's running so fast.
Yeah, you didn't think that one through, did you?
No. But,
Light never stays closed. Never stays off.
I mean, look at me. The refrigerator never stays closed around here anyway. But
Dude, we got the weights. It's time to fucking flex you out, dog.
I know.
I got those bigger ones that scare me. They're just tucked away in my closet. They only scare me because I don't want to be like halfway through and like drop one on my foot. Like that's how heavy they are. So I'm like, no. Like I don't want to drop a regular one on my foot, but I really don't want to drop one of those on my foot. But
Yeah.
what else is going on in the world?
Well, shit, Marvel and Disney just announced a huge fucking slew of shit coming out for Star Wars. Marvel's got. They just released a new trailer for WandaVision, for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They announced they're going to be doing. You were talking about Groot, like a backstory type deal.
Yeah.
So they're going to do an animated shorts of. It's called I Am Groot, obviously, but it'll be just him interacting with some characters you know, and others you have no clue about. They just announced that they're going to do a Fantastic Four movie. Finally, now that they have the rights for it, they've got that. They just got to start doing all the casting.
Nice.
Shang-Chi just...
What do you mean all the rights? Who didn't have the rights?
Fox had the rights for that, and X-Men. So
Oh, really?
when those
That's
rights...
why all those just started getting added to Disney Plus now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, because I
So
noticed
they
X-Men
just-
were on there now,
yeah.
and I'm like, what?
They just got the rights back to those characters and stuff like that. So certain characters, that's why they don't have the rights to like... I guess they do have the right to Blade now, but they had quite a few of them that they didn't have. So like Blade was one of them. That's why you see like Morbius and all that stuff is still Fox. It's not so much Marvel Studios or anything like that.
I gotcha.
And they did announce, so as of right now, the next Spider-Man movie they've got, Tom Holland, Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker. Tobey Maguire hasn't quite officially signed on yet, but they're expecting him to. Same with Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, it's not like he's been doing anything lately.
No.
He needs money.
The guy that played Doc Ock in the second Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire is coming back. Jamie Foxx is coming back. They're going to make it a huge Spider-Verse type movie. And it also sounds like the guy that played Daredevil in the Netflix series is going to sign on to that as well to some point for that there.
I think I've asked this before, but is Deadpool...
They did announce Deadpool 3. So he was Fox as well, but I think that was also another property that they picked back up recently.
Is Deadpool a DC?
Marvel.
He is Marvel.
He's Marvel. So that's
I'm really
why they're
surprised
always
they never brought him into any of the...
Because they couldn't. They didn't own him yet.
Well,
no, I mean, like...
when Fox had X-Men and stuff like that, they really wanted, he wanted to do something with Wolverine. Because that storyline there was huge. And not only that, but Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have a huge, social media back and forth where they're always constantly battling and trying to one-up the other. And so, they had one of the ones that they did, it was, Christmas time last year or something. They did... it was Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal invited Ryan Reynolds over to a Christmas party, but they told him it was an ugly Christmas sweater party. So he's the only one that shows up in an ugly Christmas sweater. And they're both standing around him in regular clothes, just laughing in the photo, and he's just motherfucker. And then so it's been a huge back and forth, and Ryan Reynolds has been trying to goad him into doing something in a Deadpool movie for so long now anyway, since they fucked up when they did the Wolverine Origins movie with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool anyway. They completely fucked that character up there for him, and he was pissed about it. That he's like, I'm glad to be playing Wade Wilson in that character, but that's not who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when he finally got to do it, he did it right. They did it super low budget. They kept all the language the way that they wanted to. They did everything how it needed to be done. Same way when they did the Wolverine or Logan, they kept it radar like they needed to. It was
that would have been a lame ass movie.
Yeah.
It was PG-13 or something.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It wasn't that was the Wolverine we deserved for so long anyway, as far as that character goes. So,
Wolverine to me would always have to be a dark. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of that.
Well, his whole existence is living through 3 lifetimes. You never have the same wife. You never have the same girlfriend. It would be impossible. Because you would eventually, even old age would force you to, not you as Wolverine, but you just keep looking like you're 35 and your old lady's 60, and people are like, how come that guy never? You would just always have to be revolving.
Well, not just that, but I mean, you think about just that the way the superhero world works and their life works. Anytime you're a superhero, that's why Peter Parker with Mary Jane always had the issues with her getting kidnapped and stuff. Anytime it comes out that this is the person you are constantly rescuing, they're going to start putting 2 and 2 together, and that's who they're going to go after constantly, time and time again.
Yeah.
Or Aunt May or whatever. Like, that's why
Right.
you never have. That's why you see like people like Blade never had anybody close to him. People like Wolverine never had anybody close to him. He
That's
always
true.
had those emotions, but he could never really put them out there as like the human
Except for
side
Jean.
because, yeah. Well, and she was, a mutant anyway, but at the same time she'd have gotten old.
Yeah.
So,
True.
but
She didn't have that
No.
he had in that sense.
That's why I'm glad at the end of Switch Universes, but Endgame, I'm glad they did Captain America when he
Like
did
let
the-
him flash off
when
to
he
his
flashed
first
off
life
and
yeah.
lived his 80 years and then came back as
the old guy.
85-year-old Captain America.
Yeah, that was cool.
That really. We watched Endgame last night. I mean, I've seen it like 3 times. We watched it last night, dude. And Sarah and I both were like, yeah. Like when
I love you 3000.
I love you 3000.
Have you seen it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched
Okay,
it.
so when Iron Man dies and you're
Yeah.
like, oh God. No.
Well,
no.
So you know what that I Love You 3000 is, right?
I was trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. It
Okay,
was-
so from the first Marvel movie they did, which was Iron Man 1,
Yeah.
the first original one,
Yeah.
from that all the way through Endgame, the total amount of minutes of actual footage time, not counting credits or anything like that,
Yeah.
is 3,000 minutes.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
So they just
Yeah.
threw it in there as a
Yeah, I Love You 3000 was like the hint. And then there's so many other callbacks. Like, so when Happy's sitting on the porch with his daughter,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Are you hungry? Like, is there something you like
Oh,
to
the
eat?"
peanut
She's-
butter sandwich thing.
No, I want a cheeseburger.
Or the cheeseburger thing. Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, "Your dad was really big on cheeseburgers too." And in the first one, when he finally gets back to America and he gets picked up, he's like, "I just want an American cheeseburger."
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Did you know that through that whole thing of movies, they never tell the actors when they're going to be X-nayed from the...
Yeah.
So it's always like, as they're reading through their script, they're like, oh, this is when I go. They don't tell them. They just find out, like, as they're...
Who?
Like,
The
the
actor?
actor.
Like the-
Oh, for
like
real?
when Johnny Depp is reading through that script for Endgame, it's like, oh,
Who?
That's it for Johnny Depp,
Robert Downey.
Robert
Jr.?
Downey Jr. When he when
Oh,
he's reading
yeah,
through,
yeah.
that's when they find out. They don't find
Well,
out.
if they
like,
well, that's the kind of thing. Like, if as an actor, when you first get a part, half the time they're like, "Okay, I'm going to pick up these comics and I'm going to go research and stuff, so I know a little bit more
So you
about the
kinda
character."
know that's gonna
So if they
happen.
go
Yeah.
if they go that far down the rabbit hole,
Mhm.
then they can kind of figure out have like
Here's
an
something
idea.
that would piss
But
me
they
off.
also with those guys, they kept a huge part of it storybook arced and lined, but they couldn't do that with everything because then it wouldn't be like it's hard. They were saying it's hard to do that when they did Endgame. It's hard to do that without having to add extra little nuances to it a little bit and little bits to change the story up a little bit because you can't just if you play it out, everybody knows exactly what's going to happen. So you have to kind of throw the consumer off just a little bit.
Well, I think the average consumer probably. I think there's far more people that have watched Marvel movies than have in depth read the comics. But what I was gonna just say that it was a side note, same thing. It would really fucking piss me off to find out that some actor or actress got to be like, there's never gonna be another Iron Man. I mean, yes, maybe they'll have another arc and somebody will fucking have his suit or whatever. But like, it's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
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 So like
Well,
he
that's-
had better have read all his own comics. Like
that's
that's
the
we
hard
have
part.
made you a fucking hundreds of millions of dollars in your life. You had better at least know who your character is. Like if he went to a Comic-Con, they should be able to set him down and fucking grill him.
Well, that's like with what we were talking about Wolverine. Hugh
Nobody
Jackman has
could
been
be.
Wolverine for the last 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the hard part too. So with like the Fantastic Four, the original cast was Jessica Alba was the Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
Chris Evans, who played Captain America, was Johnny Storm. He was Firestorm. Michael Chiklis was the Thing. So then when they flip it to this new one that they just did, you've got the young kid Miles, whatever his name is, played Mr. Fantastic. Michael B. Jordan, who played Killmonger in Black Panther and was also Creed's son in Creed, was Johnny Storm. He was like the adopted brother. And then so like again, now that they're just rebooting it again, not only do they have to do that, but they have to recast everything to where they can get it just right.
Oh, I think they'll get some big names.
They
That's the only
usually
way they
do,
can do it is
yeah.
by finding the perfect giant name where you're like,
But-
oh, fuck, I never thought of that. That's the only way.
So now in that same plot there, they have to do that with the X-Men because now they own the X-Men rights. So what do they do there? How do they do that?
You just have to re-young it. You have to start from scratch. Like, we'll just have to accept the fact that Wolverine has to be a different actor.
Well,
That
that's
we're
the
we're
thing,
looking
it's
at another
figuring out
multiverse,
who
and you
that
find
is,
somebody
yeah.
that could be that guy.
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't know.
It's,
That's
tough
spooky.
because I mean that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about that for the longest time. Like you can't. It's like Rambo.
It's almost
Who are you
unfair
gonna recast as
for
Rambo
somebody to
or
be the
Rocky?
second anything.
Yeah.
Kind of like
The Rock.
So here's a The Rock. Perfect.
Yeah.
Just The Rock.
with a wig.
All right.
Good.
Did you ever see the one
Rambo.
where he was what was it? He did the SNL skit where he was Bambi,
Oh God.
where it's like you killed my mother. Now I'm gonna kill you, and he like comes out and he's got like the antlers and like the little painted on nose, but his fucking guns are like ripped out, and he's like coming at him with tree branches and shit like that. So fucking funny.
That's it, dude. That's so fucking good. Well, fuck, boys. If that ain't a fucking week,
Are we
I
calling
don't
it
know.
already?
I don't know.
Oh.
It felt organic there for a second. I
I'm
don't
good
know.
with whatever we call him, but
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna try and transition smoothly, but thanks for interrupting. Just like the fucking intro, dude.
it's what
Very
I
cool.
do.
So
What I do.
like, subscribe, share, hooray! If you do that, something about a
Don't forget,
sweatshirt.
150 on the page likes, 125 in the group likes.
Uh-huh.
Add to the group members. Once we hit those numbers, we'll let you guys know. Our YouTube subscribers are still 20.
That's pretty good. But you guys, if there's hundreds of you out there watching the show, multiple shows, get on the old YouTube, give us the old like button, hit the old subscribe button, leave a comment on the YouTube so that we know you are following from obviously our Facebook to the show to there, and give us some likes and subscribes there. If that number goes up, who knows? Maybe
We
by
still have-
Christmas we're gonna give something away to somebody.
Yeah. We still haven't gotten any idea on what you guys want to hear us talk about.
Yeah, I haven't heard
We
that
haven't
far.
got
You know,
no
we're gonna have a
feedback on
quick
that.
little conversation here, crowd. Just a little.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, I come in every week, hard work to put this together and watch Jim set all the camera up and the lights and Sean paying the rent or mortgage on his house so that we can do it here. Me, I'm just here, right? So if you could do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe. Let's take this the next step. Maybe we'll be the next that thing. But it takes you telling the world how much you love us. Don't just scroll past it like a sad Sarah McLachlan meme. You just want to get past it before you cry. Just fucking stop for a second there. Take in Fancy Tickle's ultimate power and just fucking like, subscribe, YouTube, fucking boom, dude.
Join the group.
That's right. If we had Apple, I'd say hit the purple Apple icon, but we don't. So, but that's you getting what I'm saying at. Pretty please, sugar on top. I want to pay my rent with Fancy Tickles, dude.
It'd be nice.
Just
Someone-
once in my life. Like, even if I have to go broke that month, like, quit my job to say that Fancy Tickles paid my rent, and I still got to go out and give, like, Fancy Tickles Handy J's just to get to the end of rent money or whatever. But I'd be like, I did it. I'm an entertainer. I got to put that on my taxes. I did it. Like, you know what
These
I mean?
two hands.
I
paid my
I am
rent
a starving
with these two
comic.
hands.
Yeah. So anyway, do those things for us. We love you.
And listen, stay tuned after the outro.
Oh, that's right. There's a little bonus
Yeah,
after the end
there might
music
be a
of this
little bonus.
episode. A little funny.
Yeah.
A little all right.
Yeah.
Just a little squibble. You tell us in the comments when we post up what that little squibble is, and you just entered yourself in, I don't know, some kind of thing for something or such when we give it away.
We'll figure it out.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
But hey,
It's
why we say it this
free.
way is if we go back and we look when we first started kind of hinting at liking and subscribing, I'm more than likely going to pick those kind of people. Because it's not no rando generated thing. No, I'm going to pick who I like. I'm like, I like this person.
like that.
They
person.
fucking are always posting and saying nice things. I don't know who this person is, but there's this girl that is always liking everything we put out. She always puts a little laughy face thing. I have no idea. I can't even think of her name off the top of my head. This is really bad. But I always see her little face bubble, and it's always like 3 seconds after we post shit. So it's either some girl you like or that you've been diddle-fying or whatever, or she genuinely, and that's who I want to give the sweatshirt to. You guys have to compete with fucking smiley face chick, I can't remember your name, posting on there. She's probably going to get her a sweatshirt. But if not, you know what I mean?
Could be one of you.
Could be one of you. I don't know. Who knows?
Keep us going.
Yeah, dude, I gotta eat. I gotta fucking eat. Shit, dude, Y'all got any more of them fancy taco sandwiches? That's right, dude. All right, we love you. I think, what is it, next episode is the Christmas one?
We got one more before that.
One more, okay. So, and we'll have some cool new editing intro type stuff for the Christmas episode I'm excited about. So just hang in there with us. Here's my biggest concern. When COVID stops happening, then we can have like real shit that we're going to start going to wrestling shows again. And we're going to start going to like swap meets and, concerts and all this shit. And then, dude, the content will get better. You guys will live vicariously through us. We'll live vicariously through you. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for. We love you. Yeah. Happy holiday season. Blah.
We'll see you guys next week.
And I was like, Sarah, you need to call a fucking ambulance. There's something wrong.